Okay, after some thought, I've come up with a few tactics for how we can make sure that there's absolutely no possible shadow or even atom of doubt that we have sent a notice to them. So I thought of ideas like, getting records of deliveries and all this sort of stuff, but honestly, that seems to me like the key thing is that the the court would have to be, in the case of a challenge, the court would have to be in absolutely no doubt that this occurs, and the only way that they can do that is if it is through a trusted third party, which seems to me to mean that it would have to be done by a notary protest, which is basically notary protest is you take an instrument to the notary seals it, makes, you make a copy of it, that's sealed as well, then it's delivered with the notary as the care of address, so that any response goes through them, and then they attest that there has been no response. They certify a default notice, and Bob's your uncle. Now, the only problem with that is this really pisses me off. I checked with a notary that was pretty much the most local notary to me. Like, there's not very many notaries in this country apparently. I think there was a listing of like 15 or something for Brisbane, and yeah, every time they stick a seal on a document, ching, $120 for the first one, and then $90, and that's GST exclusive, so $132 for number one, and then $99 for number two and subsequent. And I didn't even ask him if he does notary protest, which is an even more involved process involving them, certifying mail coming in and coming out. So I'm very interested in hearing anyone's suggestions for how to do that without all of that, what amounts to protection money being demanded of us to be able to do this process. There must be some way. I mean, I thought about, having just a third party, like a friend or something, but that opens you up to collusion and questioning, maybe they threw it in the bin when they got it, and they pretended it didn't arrive when the response comes. So really has to be done by a notary, because they're like, super protected under the government, so that covers that side of things, and the notice covers the other side of things where you're now no longer the notice has been served and lapsed and defaulted. Anyway, my cat's at the door and she wants to come in and get